Alright guys, I'm gonna be honest, I just took a shower, so my hair is really wet, but doesn't matter, we're still gonna make this video. Yo, what's going on guys? Welcome back to a very special episode of Easy Buckets. How are you guys doing today? Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. In today's video, I got something that I guarantee you guys are going to love, especially if you're a big Lakers fan. We're going to be talking about the Lakers roster and talking about a possibility of them building a twin tower lineup, a twin tower front court, the possibility of DeMarcus Cousins going to the Lakers. A few years ago, the Lakers formed this twin tower, but unfortunately injuries held them back from us actually seeing it in action. But with the 2022 NBA season coming up and Boogie is now a UFA, this scenario once again is very possible, and I want to speak this into existence. So if you're a big Lakers fan and want to know how they can get Boogie, DeMarcus Cousins, you're gonna love this video. Let's not waste any time, let's get into it. When talking about DeMarcus Cousins, I would say his NBA career has kind of been a roller coaster. Starting his career off with the Sacramento Kings, DeMarcus Cousins easily became a sensation, a dominant big man in the paint that was known as the best center in the NBA, but over the past few seasons, injuries has really hit him. When talking about the NBA in general, injuries is something you don't want to wish upon any player, and Boogie, it is very sad to know that after he got injured, and then he came back, he got injured again, and then came back, and then got injured again. 3 straight severe injuries that of course put Boogie to where he is right now. What I mean right now is that Boogie is a UFA, an unrestricted free agent, and with training camp starting soon, I'm kind of surprised he's not on an NBA roster. I do believe the biggest thing is that NBA teams are worried about his durability, how healthy he could be. But if I'm gonna be honest, when talking about last season, Boogie was pretty healthy. He didn't get hit with any big injuries and played for the majority when he was available. When talking about last season, Boogie put up some elite stats when it comes to a per 36. He averaged about 18.5 points per game, 13.3 rebounds, 3.8 assists, 1.7 steals, and 1.2 blocks, which means if Boogie were to play plus 30 minutes, these would be his consistent nightly basis numbers. He played last year for the Houston Rockets, got bought out, and then went to the Clippers for the NBA playoffs, and there were times in the NBA playoffs when Boogie would play 10 minutes, but drop like 10 points. Boogie is a permanent monster. And then after getting hit with severe injuries with the Pelicans, the Warriors, and then the Los Angeles Lakers, last year with Boogie being healthy is definitely a great sign that Boogie's health, his body, is getting back into shape to his monster form before. And with the NBA free agency right now being very scarce, there are not a lot of good players available. Digging deep and getting Boogie, who is a previous all-star, knows what his value could be if he's given minutes on a veteran's minimum, it would be a bang for the buck for the Lakers. The Lakers in the past has already have interest in Boogie, and right now with the Lakers needing a third center behind Dwight Howard and Marc Gasol, Boogie would be a great option. Another thing that I do want to mention though is that we just got news that apparently Marc Gasol might not be returning to the Lakers. According to Mark Stein, Marc Gasol is on the fence. He might go back to his home country and play his final year there. So one thing's for sure, if Marc Gasol does decide to leave the Lakers, I do believe Boogie becomes a top priority, as I still believe a healthy Boogie can contribute more than a healthy Marc Gasol. Both of them are kind of injury prone, but Boogie is younger and kind of has a chip on his shoulder. He wants to prove to the NBA what he's worth, and having 0 NBA championships after ring chasing over the past few years, I do believe right now Boogie is in full steam ahead for the chip. And that's where the Los Angeles Lakers come straight in. The Lakers this year are in full throttle for the NBA championship. When talking about this year's offseason, the Lakers were very busy, trading for Russell Westbrook in that big blockbuster deal, losing Montrez, Kyle Kuzma, and of course Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, and then signing a bunch of veteran minimum deals to sign elite role players to fill out their bench. As of right now, the Lakers have 3 shooting guards, 3 small forwards, and 3 power forwards. So when talking about the point guard position and the center position, I do believe signing 1 more at each spot is going to be ideal, and getting Boogie will be the best available. I do believe he's better than Harry Giles, Paul Millsap, Isaiah Hartenstein. Boogie is the best option. It's just a gamble of if Boogie will get injured once again. With the Lakers having a very well-rounded roster, when talking about the Lakers bigs, beside Anthony Davis, they don't really have someone to dominate the paint. Post up, simply be a factor in the paint and spread the floor. Boogie brings that, guys. When talking about last year, he averaged a little bit over 30% from the three-point line, but that is pretty good for a center. And with the NBA right now needing bigs that can space the floor and be an offensive threat when shooting a consistent mid-range and three-point shot, Boogie is getting a lot better in that. And of course, there are times when Boogie would pump fake, drive to the basket, and draw a foul. The Lakers need more aggressive players because I do believe Marc Gasol isn't as aggressive as Boogie, and that's why signing Boogie is going to be very important when it comes to a long-term outlook for a deep playoff run. Be a defensive factor, but then when Boogie checks into the game, even if he's playing 10 minutes, oh boy, Boogie is going to be a monster. The reason why I'm making this video under the category of Twin Towers is because in the past, the Pelicans had Twin Towers of Anthony Davis and DeMarcus Cousins. Those two ran the Pelicans, and they were almost a pretty decent playoff team. Of course, Boogie got injured. So imagine if Boogie was healthy. How far could this team go? And if they would go far, imagine that team having Russell Westbrook and LeBron James to help them in a deep playoff run. Boogie, Anthony Davis are the Twin Towers, and then LeBron James and Russell Westbrook are the playmakers. Imagine that starting lineup, guys. That's just 4 players. I don't even have to name the 5th player. That's 4 players that can dominate and take over a game. If everybody's healthy, everybody's willing to contribute and be a star in their role, oh boy, the Lakers look disgusting. Coming back to the Lakers would be an amazing nostalgia moment for Laker fans. Not just Laker fans though, it would be great for DeMarcus Cousins. Because 2 years ago, the Lakers signed Boogie before they signed Dwight Howard. And after getting hit with an ACL injury, Boogie hasn't really showed Laker fans what he's made of, wasn't given the opportunity to play in the bright lights of LA, be a factor, be a consistent contributor, and right now with the Lakers going full throttle for the NBA championship and having 3 roster spots to fill, Boogie is a great ideal Twin Tower choice. Of course, I do want to mention this as well. I do believe a big contender that's targeting DeMarcus Cousins is the Brooklyn Nets. The Brooklyn Nets are arguably right now the biggest competition for the Lakers. If both teams are healthy, it would be a clash of the Titans. LeBron James against Kevin Durant. And with the Brooklyn Nets losing LaMarcus Aldridge last year to a heart problem, getting Boogie to replace Aldridge could simply be a great factor, as I do believe Boogie's more dominant in the paint. And I do believe Boogie is a better defender, but Aldridge is a faster defender. With the Brooklyn Nets not focusing a lot on DeAndre Jordan, they're focusing on Blake Griffin, Claxton. That's where Boogie comes right in, as maybe the second option behind Blake Griffin or even at the starting position. As we speak, I do believe DeMarcus Cousins is a very popular under-the-radar target. Teams are not targeting him because of his injuries, but oh boy, if the Brooklyn Nets get him, they'll be disgusting. If the Lakers get him, they'll be disgusting. So yes guys, this wraps up my video for today, talking about the Los Angeles Lakers and the possibility of them getting DeMarcus Cousins. What's most important to me is I want to know your thoughts. Do you believe getting Boogie is a perfect idea? Is it a great Twin Tower choice, or should they target another big? Put your thoughts down in the comments below. But other than that, take it easy, God bless. See you all next time on Easy Buckets. Woo!